Hey everyone, and welcome back to Business Mindset. Becoming wealthy and staying that way takes a certain level of discipline. Sure, an occasional splurge won't put you in the poorhouse, but frequent frivolous spending can quickly erode your net worth. The frugal habits necessary to achieve financial success and maintain it can be surprisingly simple. Today, we're going to be talking about why rich people are cheap. Make sure you stay into number 1, as you don't want to miss this unique topic, why rich people are cheap. Let's get started. Lots of rich people are frugal. Rich people don't get rich by spending at all. They know better than anyone than by carefully being shoppers. They can achieve a lifestyle several rungs up the income ladder. There are a myriad of reasons that many affluent people are, well, cheap. Some of them are self-made and haven't spent many years before they were rich, being thrifty. Others fear that their wealth isn't permanent, so they don't spend a lot of money. This is particularly true of the top 10% of the income spectrum, according to the 2015 survey of affluence and wealth by research and polling firm YouGov. The resourcefulness and financial independence and spending constraints that arose from the fear of the recession are now enduring attitudes of family financial management. During the recession, like many Americans, fear drove them to step up their savings, cut spending, retool their household budgets, and become more resourceful and independent when evaluating and making significant purchases. Over time, panic has given way to confidently applying these practices to their purchasing habits. Of course, rich people spend plenty, dropping $234 billion a year on luxury goods and services, Business Insider notes. Still, many of them are very thrifty. Here are 5 things that show that. You'll find them in the aisles of Target and Walmart. 1 in 3 people with a net worth of more than $5 million say they shop at Walmart, according to a survey of 1,200 ultra-high net worth investors released by financial information site Millionaire Corner. What's more, nearly half say they shop at Costco, and more than 4 in 10 at Target. Indeed, when actress Busy Phillips saw that Beyonce had reportedly shopped at LA Target recently, she said she couldn't believe it was on a day she wasn't there. Many dollar store shoppers make $100,000 a year or more, data released by research firm MPT Group found. Considering that nearly 1 in 5 dollars spent there is contributed by the affluent, dollar stores' value proposition resonates across economic segments, says Andy Mantis, Executive Vice President of Checkout Tracking, a division of MPD. The average wealthy dollar store shopper makes about 1 trip per month to those stores, the data showed, though, to be fair, lower income people do make more frequent trips. They tool around in a Ford. Sure, there are plenty of loaded Americans driving BMWs, but many drive more modest cars, data released in August 2016 site said. Edmunds.com found that most popular car among those with incomes above $250,000 was the Ford F-Series, followed by the Jeep Grand Cherokee and Jeep Wrangler. The Lexus RX and BMW Z5 were only number 4 and number 5 on the list. There will always be an interest in and market for high-end exotic vehicles, said Edmunds.com, Executive Director of Industry Analysis Jessica Caldwell. But overall, most of the wealthiest Americans look for their vehicles to perform the same kind of functional tasks that everyone else does. Other studies show a similar penchant for modest cars among the wealthy. Among the top 10 most popular vehicles in America's wealthiest neighborhoods, half are non-luxury vehicles. An analysis of car buying habits of the 10 wealthiest zip codes in America by TrueCar.com found. These include the Honda Accord, Toyota Camry, Honda CR-V, Volkswagen Jetta, and Toyota Prius. They clip a lot of coupons. Millionaire actress Kristen Bell says she's an avid couponer. Her favourite, the Bed Bath & Beyond coupon, and she's not the only rich person to do so. People making over $100,000 were more likely than those making less to use coupons, a survey of more than 8,000 shoppers by deal site Deals.com found. What's more, 1 in 4 people who often use 6 or more coupons during each shopping trip were affluent, reporting incomes of $75,000 or more, according to research by the University of Arizona's John Davis Norton School of Family and Consumer Sciences. They're known as coupon divas by the researchers. They don't use coupons because of financial constraints, but because they perceive coupons as saving them money, said Anita Bapper, an associate professor at the University of Arizona. They give a lower percentage of their income to charity. The rich aren't the most generous, concludes a 2012 study published by the Chronicle of Philanthropy. Middle-class Americans give a far bigger share of their discretionary income to charities than the rich. The data, which looked at IRS records, found that while households were earning $50,000 to $75,000, they gave 7.6% of their discretionary income to charity, households making $100,000 or more giving an average of 4.2%. Things rich people seldom buy. Expensive real estate. Buying luxury houses at inflated prices is a dubious investment. That is why rich people prefer to buy promising real estate while still cheap to profit later on when its prices skyrockets. Clothing and footwear from high-end brands. Rich people can afford luxurious and expensive clothes from the newest and trendiest designer collections. However, if their life doesn't involve frequent social events, they prefer to steer clear of such purposes. Remember how Steve Jobs used to dress? Similarly, Bill Gates' watch cost $10. Russian billionaire Roman Abramovich is perfectly okay with appearing in public wearing bargain basement t-shirts. Even the wife of the heir to the British throne often goes out sporting mass market outfits. Latest versions of popular gadgets. A wealthy person will not rush out to buy the latest model of trendy smartphone or watch, even if their gadget is out of fashion, time-worn or obsolete. Millionaires often use different reasoning when it comes to making purchases. They ask themselves whether the expenditure will be worthwhile at this particular moment. As for the electronic gadgets, they become outdated and depreciate way too quickly. Loans, fees and penalties for late payments. Rich people don't take out loans and never lose money on fines, penalties and commissions for one simple reason. They always pay everything on time, avoiding delays. As billionaire investor Mark Cuban said, if you use a credit card, you don't want to be rich. Buying your kids lots of fancy toys. People with average incomes often pamper their kids, buy stuff on their little ones' slightest whims, filling their rooms with trendy new toys. Now, if millionaires behaved in the same fashion, their children will be drowning in toys and gadgets. However, well-to-do people prefer reasonable expenses and don't buy their offspring a new doll or playset just because it's been advertised on TV. Junk foods. The most crucial difference between a millionaire's daily menu and a person with a modest income is not the cost of products. Rich people are obsessed with healthy eating. They might be consuming the same type of cereals and vegetables as we mere mortals do. Still, you wouldn't catch a billionaire wolfing down kebabs, hamburgers, french fries or mayonnaise-rich salads from the ready-to-eat supermarket section. Representation expenses. This encompasses the cost of making oneself seem wealthy and successful, or to put it even simpler, of throwing dust in other people's eyes. We're talking about luxury banquets, business class flights, and new cars. People who want to appear more affluent than they are spend huge sums to this effect. On the other hand, the truly successful ones often lead very modest lives. For instance, Ingvar Kamprad, the founder of IKEA, always flew economy class and drove an old Volvo. As for the Queen of England, Elizabeth II, she saves electricity at her Buckingham Palace residence. Additional education for their children. People with an average income often hire various home tutors for their kids. Some do it hoping to reveal the child's hidden talents, which will serve as their ticket to happy, prosperous lives. Others think that the tutors will help their child achieve better grades at school. As for rich people, they know from personal experience that excessive tutoring has little to do with achieving financial success, so they allow their little ones more free time to enjoy childhood. Personal development coaching. Low earners with lousy careers and private lives are the main targets of unscrupulous life and business coaches. Many words have been said about the uselessness of such training sessions, especially in connection with Tony Robbins. His seminars earn him millions thanks to high ticket prices and the fact that there's still no shortage of those who want to pump up their social skills. Before spending your money on various motivational courses, please look at the biographies of famous billionaires. It is unlikely you will find a single story of a person getting rich by listening to an overhyped lifestyle guru. Trendy interior designs. New types of furniture and interior decor appear in shops monthly. As a result, middle-class people spend lots of money trying to follow the latest trends in house decor. Unfortunately, such design solutions tend to become outdated in just a couple of years. All of a sudden, Lyra or wallpaper with bright geometric patterns are all the rage. Time to redecorate everything. But before you do that, make sure to study a few photos of rich people's home interior. Quite often, when looking at successful individuals' homes, you can't guess how old the owners are. Painted walls, whitewashed ceilings, and wooden or tiled floors, the rich adhere to perennial, century-tested options. Changing one's spending habits is not an easy task. You'll have to revise your lifestyle and make adjustments to your worldview along the way. Do you think you're up to the challenge? Are there any expenses you feel you can ditch with ease? And with money-draining aspects of your life, would you never say goodbye to, not even for the sake of having a brighter future? Psychics, mystics, and fortune tellers. According to research, for the most part, fortune teller's clientele is made up of people with low analytical skills. At the same time, logical thinking is probably the key quality for achieving wealth and success. Besides, high achievers tend to believe in themselves. They don't need any outwardly assistance. While you are here, go ahead and click on one of these 2 videos. See you there.